For decades, one dinosaur has absolutely dominated our imagination as the undisputed king of predators, Tyrannosaurus rex. The name itself means tyrant lizard king. Honestly, it earned it. This thing was a bone-crushing, earth-shaking powerhouse that ruled North America. But what if the mightiest tyrannosaur wasn't the king we all know and love? What if, on the other side of the planet, there was another contender? It's a sleeker, more agile hunter with its own brand of bone-crushing power and a killer instinct to match. Meet Tarbosaurus, Asia's apex predator. Its name means alarming lizard. And today, we're re-asking the big question. Could this have been the mightiest dinosaur to ever walk the earth? Coming face to face with the Tarbosaurus batar would have been every bit as terrifying as meeting a T-Rex. Fossil discoveries, mostly out of Mongolia and China, paint a picture of an animal that was a real monster in its own right. It stretched up to 40 feet long and weighed in at a crushing 5 tons. To give you an idea, that's about the weight of a modern African elephant. But here's where it gets interesting. While T-Rex was built like a heavyweight boxer, all about raw bulk, Tarbosaurus was more of a cruiserweight. It had a slightly more slender, athletic build. Its powerful, muscular back legs and a long, heavy tail for balance suggest it was an animal built for explosive lunging attacks, not a long-distance run. It wasn't a marathon runner, but it was no slouch. Likely able to hit speeds around 24 miles per hour in short, terrifying bursts, and the most famous or infamous feature of any tyrannosaur is the arms. And if you thought T-Rex's arms were comically small, get a load of this. Tarbosaurus had the smallest arms relative to its body size of any known tyrannosaur. But don't mistake small for weak. Stress fractures found on their fossilized arm bones suggest these little two-fingered limbs were still surprisingly muscular and probably used to grapple with prey that was fighting for its life. Now, let's talk about the business end. The real weapon of a Tarbosaurus was its massive skull. At over 4 feet long, it was one of the largest skulls of any two-legged predator, and it was filled with between 58 and 64 sharp, serrated teeth that's even more than a T-Rex. These weren't just for biting, they're like steak knives designed to slice deep into flesh. And the power behind that bite was immense, easily strong enough to crush the bones of its prey. We know this for a fact because we have the receipts. Fossilized hadrosaur skeletons with Tarbosaurus bite marks clear as day. But the skull's design reveals a different hunting style from its North American cousin. It was narrower and less wide than a T-Rex's. This unique structure, which included a special locking mechanism in its lower jaw, made its skull incredibly rigid. Some scientists think this was a special adaptation for hunting the colossal, long-necked sauropods that roamed Asia type of giant prey T-Rex didn't usually have on its menu. This wasn't just a T-Rex knockoff. It was a specialized hunter, perfectly engineered for its world. Power is one thing, but strategy is another. That narrower skull meant the eyes of Tarbosaurus were less forward-facing. So it probably didn't have the incredible binocular vision and depth perception of a T-Rex. But what it lacked in 3D vision, it more than made up for with a phenomenal sense of smell. Just like T-Rex, brain scans show huge olfactory bulbs, meaning it could likely track its next meal from miles away. It was most likely an ambush predator, using whatever cover it could find to get close before exploding in a devastating high-speed attack. But maybe its greatest weapon was friendship? Kind of. While T-Rex is often seen as a lone wolf, some fossil finds suggest Tarbosaurus might have hunted in groups. The discovery of several individuals together hints that they could have teamed up to take on the truly gigantic titanosaurs and armored ankylosaurs that shared their world. So, was Tarbosaurus the mightiest ever? Well, it depends on what you mean by mighty. In a head-to-head fight, the raw size and slightly more powerful, bone-shattering bite of the T-Rex might have given it the win. But mightiest isn't just about a fantasy cage match. It's about being the undisputed master of your environment. And in the floodplains of late Cretaceous Asia, Tarbosaurus was a perfectly tuned killing machine. It was lighter on its feet, more agile, and had a unique set of tools to hunt the specific prey it lived with. It wasn't a T-Rex copycat. It was its own unique brand of terror, an evolutionary equal that ruled an entire continent. So while T-Rex might wear the crown of King, Tarbosaurus was, without a doubt, the Emperor of the East. But that's just my take. What do you think? Does Tarbosaurus deserve to be just as famous as T-Rex? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this prehistoric showdown, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more journeys into the incredible world of dinosaurs. From its rigid sauropod-slaying jaws to its surprisingly powerful tiny arms, Tarbosaurus was so much more than just a cousin to the king. It was a rival to the throne, testament to the incredible diversity and terrifying power of the Tyrannosaurs. A true giant and one of the mightiest predators to have ever walked the earth. Thanks for watching.